Hi everybody, it's Cindy and I'm back to do an update. It is Monday, September 4th. It is Labor Day here in the United States. I do want to welcome back all of my subscribers, followers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm going to start this video off with everything that people have been talking about lately on their videos, the love for this community. We all enjoy watching each other's videos. When we watch them, it's like going to visit friends at a house. I watch my videos while I am stitching, so to me, it's like having stitching with all the people that we enjoy. I'm going to start out with a couple of shout outs. There's definitely some new stitchers I've been watching, and I really want to do this more on videos, talking about other stitchers and people that are new. I did watch Craftycat Stitcher. She has some beautiful pieces, and I do recommend going to visit her. Candystitches. She has some beautiful pieces. Jennifer Upton. Now, Jennifer works in a cross-stitch store, so she definitely has some interesting things there. Stitching with Susie Q. And Artful Stitchery. Now, she is a new stitcher, but the pieces that she has finished, and she's fairly new to cross stitch, are amazing. She definitely enabled me to make some purchases, so I definitely recommend going to visit her, and I'll definitely share those in another video in the future. And of course, I do want to say hello to Pam and Steph. You guys crack me up. I love watching you, and so enjoyable. And yesterday I was watching Jessie Marie does stuff, and she has really long videos. I love them. I don't know how anybody could not love the long videos, because she entertains me for like an hour and a half, if not sometimes 2 hours. She's got a lot of whips, and her passion for this hobby is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to be trying to do longer videos, because I so love them, and the longer the better for me. And to all your teachers out there who started back at school, I do want to say, I hope you're having a good school year. I know how hard it is to go back, and my heart goes out to you, and I have a lot of respect for teachers. It's a job I know I can never do. You definitely have a stressful job, and this special message is to Arlene Cohen. Arlene, on your last video, I felt it, and my heart went out to you, and yes, we are your people, so we understand. I hope your school year is going a little bit better and things are a little bit more settled in. You do a lot of amazing stories on other people, and I think you are quite an amazing person yourself, and I hope you know that, and I hope hearing that just lifts you up, because you're really amazing, and a lot of people feel that way towards you, so I want you to know that. My son Chris was here yesterday and today, and he just left about an hour or so ago. He was visiting, and he brought his stitching over, and I'm going to include a picture on a slideshow, and you will see his progress. He's almost done with the piece, and he bought it. So he's back in school. He's getting his master's degree, so he's in school mode right now. He works full-time. He's busy. He hasn't been stitching a lot, but he did bring it with him, and he'll eventually finish that piece. He doesn't have that much more to go on the piece that he was working on, and it's the winter scene, so he's doing great. And me and my sister went to a museum here in Tennessee where they had a quilt display, and I'm going to include some pictures at the end of that. That's my next door neighbor's dog. And the quilts in this show are beautiful. I go to a Friday dinner group, and my friend Tom's mom has a quilt in there, and it's a historical society, and she was an amazing stitcher, cross stitch, quilts, handicraft. She did it all. She passed away, I think it was a year or so ago, and she was 100. And my sister looks at me, she's like, 100? Do I have to be here till I'm 100? And we would just laugh, and 100, quite a long life, an amazing woman. And it was so nice to see her quilt up and close, and I associated it with my friend, that was his mom, so I'm going to share that at the end of the slideshow also. Now, in my last video, I did have somebody ask me how I finished the Prairie Schooler piece. And I'm going to explain that to you because I am a visual person, and I'm going to explain it the best I can. It's finished with foam core board, and this is foam core board right there. And you put your piece and you cut it out to the size you want, and then you use batting, quilt batting, and you're going to cut it to size. Now you're going to glue it to the foam core, but you're only going to glue it up in the corners. Don't put glue all over because this attaches to it and it like seeps in a little. You just want to do the top corners, and that's basically just to hold the batting in place. Now once your piece is centered, I'm just going to use a piece. I'm just going to use a napkin to show you. You have your piece. You're going to center it, and you're going to pin it inside the foam core board. You're just going to pin it all the way around. And if you don't like it, you could unpin it and move it and then just repin it. Now once all four sides are pinned, your back is going to be like this. Now you could glue it down or you could lace it. Either way. You're going to do the same thing with the back piece, the same way. And then what I do is I glue them together. Once they're glued together, you could trim it with anything you want. And that is how I finish this piece. It's really not hard, but the best tip I could get is don't put glue all over the foam core board, just up in the corners. Super simple, okay? And that was for someone special. I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. And I said I would definitely show it in my next video. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you, my first finish, it is a Mill Hill kit. And it's a beaded kit. And I have never done one, I know. I've done lavender and lace with beading. I have done other pieces that had beading in it, but it was never a Mill Hill kit, and I wanted to do one. I wanted to try something new, and there's going to be reasons why in future videos on things I'm working on, but this is called Chickadees. And let me see. It's hard to see the beading, but there you go, if you could see the beading in there. It's a beautiful piece. Now, I purchased a Mill Hill frame. Okay. I thought it'd be easy to slap it in the frame, you'd be done. No. This is how the frame comes. Like this. There's no backing, nothing. What? I'm like, what do you mean? The only thing I had on the back was this to hold it up. So they say you're supposed to use one of those special metal pointers. I'm like, I don't have that. I'm not buying that. So what I did, all right, so this pops in the frame, but the perforated paper was all showing, and I didn't like that. I didn't like, it wasn't a great finish. So what I did is I trimmed down the perforated paper to one around the whole thing. So it's like one stitch, just that little one around. What I did is I glued it to the sticky board. I cut it out, glued it to the sticky board, and then what I did is I bought red mat board. The red mat board is underneath, and what I did is I glued it to the mat board. Now you have the red trim inside, and it's out a little bit. And then on the back, what I did for the back is I just cut a piece of foam core a little bit bigger, and then I pressed it in, and it's tight in there. It'll never come out. Now, if you really ever wanted to get out, you could just push it out, but I didn't have to do anything else except that. And this is Chickadees, and it's beautiful. It really came out very nice. I like it. Now, it's not as fine as a piece of just plain cross stitch on linen, but it's something that I wanted to do, and I love the birds because I'm a bird lover. It came out really nice. So my first Mill Hill piece. The next piece that I had that I finished, all right, I belong to Just Another Button Company's monthly club, and I got my buttons, and of course you've seen it on other videos. The Aqua was this month, and I actually did this project in less than 3 hours. So what I did is I stitched Roll With Me, and then it came with all the buttons. Now this, the green, is felt, so I just cut out felt and waved it, and I added the fishy buttons, and I finished it on the sticky board. And then what I did, this piece was going to be used for something else, but it really fit with the rope and the wave and the ocean theme. I just spray painted this white, and then I just glued this in, and this actually sits on my mantle. And I changed my whole fireplace mantle to nautical theme. And what's amazing about this piece is the piece I stitched for my friend, and let me just get that. I still have it, I haven't seen him yet, but he will be getting this piece, and right now it's displayed on my fireplace, so I just have it as a centerpiece right now. Might as well use it while you got it, but this piece, if you look and see the fish and the colors, Kathy Haberman is the designer of both pieces, and these pieces match. Like, I was just blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, this matches the other piece, and the fish, and this matches the fish buttons, and if you could see there, the colors are the same. The fish and the buttons are the same. It's amazing. So this sits up on the wall, and this sits under it, and for right now, that's mine. So this piece, excuse me, only took 3 hours to make, because the stitching is really just roll with it. That didn't take that long. And then you just sew other buttons to the felt, and you do your own design there. So cool. I love this piece, and I needed a finish because I have been working on my Heaven and Earth design, and this is Spirit of Winter. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to remind you of what this looks like. There she is, the beautiful person she is. And I finished my first page, I'm on my second page, so exciting. This, as you could see, the detail, and this is the top of her hood, and there's so much confetti right in here. There's a ton of confetti, but in person it's hard to get the justice, but if you could see, it's the hood, piece of the hood there. It's amazing. I love working on this piece. It always calls my name, and it makes me want to do nothing else. So that's very hard for me to do. Now, I'm going to show, this is another whip. I know, like, I have like two. I know, I'm not one of those that has a ton of whips, but Who Is This Child? It was one of my favorite pieces I ever owned, and I'm restitching it. So I started. So I got the bottom of the hands. Let's see if you could see the bottom of the hands there. So I didn't do a whole lot on it because Heaven and Earth screams my name like every day. But I did the bottom of that, and that's coming out really awesome. And I'm going to explain. I'm going to just get a sip. I know people don't like you drinking, but I am sitting in my sunroom and I'm sweating. It's hot out here, and I couldn't tape inside because the lighting was really bad because of the time of day it is. Drew, I watch you and all your mugs. Good morning, sunshine. Love it. Drew, you crack me up. I just love that man. He's so funny. Now, what I did is I made sun-seeped, fresh lemonade, and I'm going to tell you how I make this. This is fresh lemons. You just cut them up, squeeze them, put them in the jar. And on the bottom you can see I chop up fresh ground ginger, apple cider vinegar, and raw honey. And you use as much as you want of anything. You just do it to taste. And what you do is you let it seep in the sun for a couple hours. Once it's seeped, I add my fresh mint in there. This is the best lemonade you will ever have. It is super healthy for you from the ginger, the apple cider vinegar, and the raw honey. So, that's my only tip on this. But I have it in back of me, so I figured I'd explain what it was. Now I'm going to attach another video of my purchases, and I'm not including it on this one because my camera's been giving me a hard time, so I'm just going to add it right on. And I'm going to be connecting that right now. Okay, on to purchases. Hobby Lobby. 40% off coupon. Give thanks. This is beautiful hanging, or you could just put it by the fireplace mantle. I just loved all the fruit and everything in it. And I don't have a whole lot of stuff for fall, and I had to get this today. So when I ran into Hobby Lobby, I used my 40% off coupon. It was actually, anything fall was 40% off also. On to cross stitch. Now, this piece I have stitched before also, and I wanted to do it again. And it's called Good Morning. And I just love it because it has the sunflowers in there, and my favorite flowers are sunflowers and pansies. And I want to do more sunflower pieces, so let me just see. I don't want to show anything I'm not supposed to. This will be another piece that I'm going to do in here. They have two little flag pieces, and they're super simple and easy and quick. So I saw that in there, and I'm like, ooh, I like those. I'll highlight those. And I put my sticky notes on everything. Like, we don't have enough to stitch, but these are pieces I want to do. Now this piece is actually by the Prairie Schooler. I don't know if you know. It's in there, and it shows about her. Now this is the Premier Cross Stitch magazine, Just Cross Stitch, February 2002. This was their premiere issue. And what an amazing piece they used for their first issue. Awesome. And since I don't have any fall, I did pick up, this was a piece I purchased on eBay, and they just pulled it out of the magazine, but I'm just going to show you the picture. And it's called Harvest Basket. And it's really pretty. It's got the pumpkin and the basket of fruit and the sunflowers. Yay! I have no sunflowers, so I really want to do a lot of sunflower pieces. And the next piece I did pick up, it's called Elizabeth's Needlework Design, and this is called Sunflower Cottage. This one I have already kitted up, ready to go. It's got the sunflowers in the house and the trees, and I just like it. It's just a pretty design. It has some specialty stitches in it. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is, this is the Fall Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Now I do get a subscription. Look, I don't do punch needle, but that turkey makes you want to do it. I wish it came in a cross stitch pattern. It's a beautiful piece. They have a lot of beautiful pieces in this magazine, but I'm going to show you what I highlighted that I want to do. And this is a simple piece, so I'm just going to show you Autumn Harvest, and it's got the pumpkins and gourds and the crow. And this is another one that's really cute. It's called Sweeping the Garden. How cute, the little mouse, and it's kind of a fall piece. And those are my purchases. Now, if I showed you everything I purchased, I'd be here for 5 hours, like Jessie Marie does stuff. But those are the things I wanted to show you that I will be doing. I hope everybody has an amazing September. It is my favorite month of the year. My favorite season is summer, but my favorite month is September, and I absolutely love the weather in September. And I cannot believe we're in September. I cannot believe fall is here. And I hope everybody has an amazing week. Happy stitching, everyone. This is an update of the front garden. Now, all the sunflowers in the backyard are gone, but these I planted much later. And they have completely bloomed, and they are amazing. They have so many different colors in these sunflowers. Look at the colors on these. They're gorgeous. You could see all of the bees. There's a ton of honeybees, which is awesome and great. These marigold flowers look like bushes. They're so big. And this purple, I just love this purple flower. This comes back every year. You can see all the butterflies and bees and lots of activity. Look at the big bumblebees. You got all kinds of stuff. You got flowers over here. You got the marigolds here. You got the silver plants. These are starting to get big. These I just planted this year. Oh yeah, the sunflowers look awesome. Got a bush there. Look at how big this marigold plant got. It's huge. It really looks like a marigold bush. You got the nasturtiums, and you got my rose bush here. You got my purple flowers here. Got my Americana star on the house. But I just wanted to give you an update on the front garden. I always show the back garden, but the front garden really filled out nicely for its first year. And I hope everybody's having an awesome day.